And gentlemen, let me tell you something real. Before a man ever comes back, there's always a pattern. He doesn't just wake up one morning and say, I miss her. No, it builds up. It brews. It's a storm that starts quiet. See, when a man starts pulling away, most women panic. You start thinking, what did I do wrong? Did I say something? But let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, it ain't even about you. It's about him. A man will pull away not because he's done loving you. He's trying to figure out if you love him enough to come after him. It's a twisted game. It's real. That's how his ego works. He wants to see if he still matters to you without saying it out loud. He's not communicating, he's testing. And the crazy part, he doesn't even know he's doing it half the time. It's instinct. He's trying to see where your heart really stands, but what he doesn't realize is real women don't chase. Real women match energy. When a man pulls back, he's expecting you to panic, blow up his phone, double text, what's wrong? But when you don't, when you sit in that silence, when you let him have that space without losing your peace, it messes with him. He starts questioning himself. He thought he was in control. But now he's thinking, did she stop caring? That's when the power shifts. Because see, silence is loud when it comes from a woman who used to care deeply. You stop showing up the way you used to, he starts feeling it, that absence. That's the echo of your value. He can't ignore it, escape it. Now, don't get it twisted. Some men pull away because they're confused. They got fears, pride, or maybe they're fighting their own insecurities. But whatever it is, the worst thing you can do is start chasing someone who's trying to see if you will. That's the trap, because once you start running after him, he feels validated. He feels like he's still got you in the palm of his hand. He's not learning the value of your presence. He's getting comfortable with your pursuit. And baby, comfort kills effort. See, when you don't chase, that's when he starts realizing what he's really doing. He begins to replay the moments in his mind, missing the attention he took for granted. He starts missing the calls, the laughter, the way you always checked on him. That distance starts talking to him. He thought he wanted space, that he has it, it feels empty. That's when it hits him. Maybe he pulled away too far. Maybe he shouldn't have tested a woman who was already proving her loyalty. So, when a man pulls away, don't beg. Don't try to prove nothing. Just sit back, hold your peace, let him feel what life is like without your presence. Because that silence, that's the one thing his ego can't handle. It's the one thing that makes him realize you weren't the problem. You were the piece When a man starts acting like he's fine after losing you, don't fall for that show. That ain't peace, that's performance. He's putting on a whole production, trying to convince the world and himself that he's good. You'll see him out there smiling extra hard, laughing too loud, posting pictures he never used to post about how he's focused on himself. Now, but that ain't healing, that's hiding, trying to drown out the sound of your absence. Because when a man really had something special, when he had a woman who brought peace, softness, and consistency into his life, just turn that off like a switch. He's hurting, but he's too proud to admit it. See, got this thing called ego, and ego hates to look weak. So instead of sitting down and feeling that pain, he covers it up. He stays busy. He starts working extra hours, hanging out with the boys, maybe even jumping into something new. He thinks if he fills every quiet space, he won't hear that little voice saying, "You messed up." But the truth is, every loud laugh, crowded room, every fake smile, it's just noise covering silence. Silence is where the truth lives. And when the noise fades, that truth hits hard. You might look at his life and think, wow, he moved on quick. But let me tell you something. Most men don't move on. They distract. They replace attention, not connection. They find someone to fill time, not someone to fill their soul. He's not fine. He's just trying to look fine because he knows the moment he slows down, your memory's going to catch him. It's going to hit him in waves. That song you used to play. Restaurant you both loved. That smell of your perfume that lingers in a random place. It all starts coming back piece by piece. He'll scroll through your page acting like he stumbled on it by accident. He'll hear your name and act unbothered, but inside, something tightens in his chest. Pretending is easy until you're reminded of what's real. That's when the performance cracks. That's when the mask starts slipping. Because see, you can't fake peace. You can't fake connection. No matter how loud he laughs, how busy he gets, how much he posts, that hole you left behind, it stays. The funny thing is, when a man starts realizing the show's over, he'll start to miss the quiet moments. He didn't have to perform. The times you made him feel seen without him having to say a word. That's when he knows. That's when he realizes all that pretending, I'm fine energy. It was just pride talking. Because when the lights go out, when the people leave, and it's just him and his thoughts, when he finally feels your absence louder than any noise he tried to make. When a man loses a real woman, he doesn't right away. See, men are funny like that. They think they can just move on somebody new and keep it pushing like nothing happened. He'll go out there thinking the world is full of options, that he can find another woman just like you. But that's where he's wrong. Because what he doesn't understand is there's only one you. Duplicate genuine energy, real loyalty, and that kind of love that comes from your soul. He'll try, but every time he meets someone new, he's going to start comparing. He won't say it out loud. In his mind, it's already happening. He'll sit across from some new woman trying to laugh at her jokes, but something's off. The rhythm ain't right. The conversation feels shallow. He'll be nodding his head, pretending to listen, but his mind will drift back to you. The way you made him laugh without even trying, the way you catch his mood before he said a word, that kind of bomb doesn't fade just because he walked away. It stays. It lingers. It shows up in moments he can't predict. He'll be driving, hear a song you used to sing along to. Suddenly, that new woman sitting next to him disappears in his mind because now he's right back with you. That's when the comparisons get heavy. He starts noticing the small things that don't match up, bring the same peace. She doesn't challenge him the same way. She doesn't pray for him, or call him out when he's wrong with love in her tone. That's when he starts realizing he didn't just lose a woman, he lost a teammate, a safe space, a reflection of what he could be if he grew up enough to handle it. And it eats at him because no matter how hard he tries to replace that connection, it doesn't work. Recreate a bond that was built on truth. And you know what's funny? The more he tries to fill that void, the bigger it gets. Every new experience reminds him what he had and didn't appreciate. Every woman who comes after you becomes a mirror showing him what he lost. That's when missing you becomes real. When he stops looking for better and starts realizing he already had it. Understanding that connection isn't about looks or fun, status. It's about how someone makes you feel when the world goes quiet. And when that truth hits him, remembering your patience, your kindness, your understanding, that's when regret moves in. Now he knows, no matter who he meets, he's always going to measure them against you. And deep down, he'll know he let go of something rare, something he'll spend a long time trying to find again, but never will. When a man starts missing you, he don't just come knocking at your door right away. Oh no, for that. His ego won't let him admit that he's hurting. So what does he do? Checking your shadow before he checks on you. He wants to know if you still care. If you still care, if you still think about him, but without putting himself out there. That man will turn into a whole detective, scrolling your page, watching your stories, asking mutual friends about you, acting like he's just curious. But deep down, he's checking to see if the door's still open, trying to figure out if you've moved on or if he still has a chance to slide back in. Sitting there in the middle of the night, phone in his hand, through your pictures, like it's a movie. He'll look at that smile and remember the days when that smile was for him. He'll see you looking good, living peaceful, and something inside him will twist because it hits him you're doing fine without him. That's the part that shakes his confidence. He thought you'd be lost, broken, waiting. But when he sees you glowing, when he sees you still winning, that's when regret sets in. That's when his curiosity turns into confusion, asking mutual friends little questions. How's she been? She's seeing somebody. But he'll say it like, it doesn't matter. Sound casual, but every word carries a weight. Because if he hears that you're happy, it stings. If he hears that you're glowing, it humbles him. But if he hears you've been quiet, reserved, focusing on yourself, that's when hope creeps in. That's when he starts thinking, maybe, just maybe, there's still a spot for him somewhere in your world. See, men don't always reach out when they start missing you. Pride is a powerful wall. So instead, around the edges of your life, they peek in from the sidelines. They might accidentally like a post from 3 months ago and then act like it was a slip. But baby was no accident. That was him trying to remind you he's still there, that he still sees you. He's testing the water, trying to see if you'll bite, if you'll react. Because he doesn't want to admit it. The silence between you two is eating at him. And the longer he watches, the heavier it gets. Every picture you post, every new step you take is a reminder that you've learned to live without him. Thought right there. It's what keeps him up at night. Because a man can watch your stories all he wants, but what he's really watching is his own mistake. He's realizing he's on the outside of something he once had full access to. Right there, that quiet regret is what makes him miss you even more. When a man first walks away, miss you right away. Nah, at first, his pride is still talking. He's replaying the arguments, disagreements, all the moments where his ego felt bruised. He's focusing on the things that went wrong because it's easier than facing what he lost. That's how men protect themselves. They convince their mind that walking away was smart, even when their heart knows it wasn't. But time has a funny way of changing the picture. After the noise settles, after the emotions calm down, that's when the truth starts creeping in. He stops remembering the fights and stops remembering the moments. The moments that made him feel alive. The moments that made him feel seen. That's when missing you starts turning into regret. It happens in small ways. He'll hear a song that you used to sing in the car. Suddenly he's back there, driving, laughing, watching you dance in the passenger seat. He'll walk by a place you two used to go, and it'll hit him like a wave. The food don't taste the same, don't feel the same, because the magic wasn't the place. It was you. When he realizes that what he's missing ain't just a person, it's the peace that came with you. You brought comfort to his chaos, warmth to his cold moments, and now that it's gone, everything feels a little dull. See, a man's memory works differently. In the beginning, he remembers the arguments because they feed his pride. But after some time, those memories fade, the good ones start to rise up. He starts remembering how you had his back. When nobody else did, you believed in him. When even he didn't, he remembers the way you looked to him like he was more than his mistakes. Start knocking on his heart late at night. When everything's quiet, that's when the realization hits him that he didn't lose just love. He lost loyalty. He lost his peace to brush it off, but he can't because those memories keep finding him. Every woman he talks to doesn't bring the same energy. Every joke feels forced. Every hug feels empty. No matter what he does, the past keeps reminding him that what he had with you was rare. When a man realizes that, it changes him. It humbles him. That's when he starts thinking, maybe it wasn't so bad. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe she was the one thing that kept me grounded. That's the stage before he comes back. When the noise of pride dies and the sound of truth gets louder. When the bad fades and the beauty stands out, because that's missing, you really begins. It's not instant. It's built from the quiet replay of moments that once felt ordinary, but now feel irreplaceable. A moment in every man's silence where his ego finally gets tired. At first, he's strong with it, arms crossed, chest out, acting like he's unbothered. He'll tell himself he's done, he's fine. But pride can only carry you so far before reality sits you down, because silence has a way of talking back. Late at night, when there's no one to impress, no friends around to hype him up, that's when his mind starts playing those old memories. Remember your laugh, your voice, that little look you gave him when he was acting a fool. Shake it off, but he can't. Because the truth is, he misses you more than he wants to admit. Too stubborn to say it. That's the thing about ego. It feeds off the moment, survive the distance. He might go days, weeks, even months without reaching out. That's strength. But all he's doing is starving himself emotionally. He's pretending like he doesn't care, but deep down, he's checking his phone. It ain't always obvious. waiting to see if you'll message first. He's wondering if you still think about it. He's wondering if you've moved on. Silence he thought he wanted starts turning into a weight he can't carry anymore. Now it's not peace, it's punishment. You got to understand, Martin Guis, men aren't at dealing with emotions. They hide behind pride because it feels safer than vulnerability. Every man has that breaking point. That night where the acts just don't work anymore. That's when the text comes through. Hey, stranger, I was just thinking about you. It always starts small, casual. He's just checking in. But that message ain't random. That's him waving the white flag. That's him saying, I miss you, without using those words. He's testing the waters, hoping you'll respond, because deep down he's scared you won't. He'll act like he just wanted to see how you've been. What he's really doing is trying to see if the door's still open. You didn't close it completely, because now the pride that kept him away is the same thing that's making him miserable. Realizing that being right don't feel as good as being loved. That silence, he thought, was strength turned into loneliness. He'll scroll back through old messages, reread the last conversation, and that's when it hits him. He had something good, something real. He let it slip because he couldn't say sorry. When a man's ego breaks, make him weak. It makes him honest. That's the moment when missing you becomes bigger than his pride. That's when he decides he'd rather swallow the ego than lither day, pretending he's fine, because deep down he knows peace was never in the silence. It was in you.